Welcome to my channel briefing on Bravo. Those tuning in to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are seeing a new side to Dorit Kemsley's now estranged husband, and he's only giving more in the most recent episode of Bravo's Hot Mic podcast. Paul P.K. Kemsley and fellow house husband Mauricio Umansky spoke with Bravo producer Alex Baskin for Season 3, Episode 5 of the official podcast, detailing the ups and downs in navigating marital separation and, in PK's case, addiction. With nearly 1 year of sobriety under his belt when the men recorded the podcast episode, PK looked back at his marriage with a new level of clarity. He said, "You know, I never thought that us two, who were the tightest couple in the F-ing world, would ever be in a position where I'm watching this woman I love, the mother of my kids, talking negatively about me on a TV show," said PK. "It's just an unusual concept." PK admitted he struggled to hear Dorit's statements the RHOB Season 14 premiere, but clarified he was in no way angry. "I'm just sad to watch it," he said. PK denounces Dorit's claims of support. In the premiere, Dorit claimed to RHOB producers that she'd supported PK through a bunch of public scrutiny throughout their 9 years of marriage. Thus, she took issue with PK's decision to exit the relationship upon his sobriety journey so abruptly, given her years of support toward him. Dorit spoke of bankruptcies, gambling debts, DUIs, and that she stood by me, PK began. "I mean, it's not exactly true." According to the talent agent, the bankruptcy and gambling debts occurred well before the pair met. Plus, he said, he'd recovered from all of the things mentioned by the mother of his 2 children. "I haven't gambled since 2008. I don't drink," he said, adding that his financial strife happened in 2009 or 2010 during the credit crunch, and that all of that was past history. At the time of the podcast recording, PK revealed he was just 2 weeks shy of his 1-year sobriety milestone, something Mauricio, too, was proud of. But the point is, when someone you love, Dorit, is on TV talking about the darkest times in my life and suggesting that she held my hand through them, PK continued, "It's difficult to watch sometimes, particularly when she wasn't with me when it happened." In Dorit's defense, PK said he could see she was emotionally distraught and unhappy in light of their separation, which was still fresh when filming the current season of RHOBH began. Here's a comprehensive exploration of the situation surrounding PK Kemsley and Dorit Kemsley, as revealed through Bravo's The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and its associated podcast. This exploration will examine the dynamics of their marriage, PK's struggles, and the layers of public and personal perception tied to their lives. A marriage in the spotlight. Dorit Kemsley and Paul P.K. Kemsley have been fixtures on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBH, for years. The couple's dynamic has often been a source of intrigue, not just for fans, but also within the show itself. Their shared life seemed, at one point, a story of resilience, partnership, and shared success. However, as revealed in the recent podcast episode with Bravo producer Alex Baskin, the cracks in their relationship have become more apparent in light of PK's sobriety and their subsequent separation. The revelations from PK, speaking with fellow RHOBH cast member Mauricio Umansky, were candid and unvarnished. His reflections painted a nuanced picture of a man striving for clarity, sobriety, and self-improvement while grappling with the dissolution of his marriage. PK's journey to sobriety. PK's journey to sobriety marks a pivotal chapter in his life. When he appeared on the podcast, he was nearing 1 year of sobriety, a milestone of immense personal significance. For PK, sobriety wasn't just about abstaining from alcohol. It was a broader quest to reclaim control over his life and redefine his identity. Addiction often casts a long shadow over relationships, and PK acknowledged how his struggles affected his marriage to Dorit. However, he pushed back against Dorit's portrayal of her role during these challenging times, particularly her claims of unwavering support through his financial and personal struggles. The controversial claims. Dorit's statements during the season 14 premiere of RHOBH painted a vivid picture of a wife standing steadfastly by her husband during some of his darkest times. According to her, she weathered public scrutiny alongside PK, enduring his battles with bankruptcy, gambling debts, and even a DUI. PK, however, refuted this narrative, asserting that many of the issues Dorit referred to predated their relationship. His bankruptcy and gambling problems, he claimed, occurred well before they met. By the time he and Dorit came into each other's lives, PK said he had largely moved past those struggles. "I haven't gambled since 2008, he stated on the podcast. "I don't drink, and the financial challenges were during the credit crunch in 2009 or 2010. He emphasized that these were aspects of his life he had worked through independently prior to Dorit's arrival. This fundamental disagreement over the timeline and Dorit's role during PK's struggles adds a layer of complexity to their separation. While Dorit's version of events underscores her sacrifice and loyalty, PK's recounting challenges the accuracy of her claims, suggesting a potential rift in how each perceives their shared history. The impact of public perception. Being part of a reality TV franchise like RHOBH amplifies every aspect of the Kemsleys' personal lives. Fans, producers, and cast members all become unwitting stakeholders in their narrative. This environment often blurs the lines between private struggles and public personas, forcing individuals to reconcile their lived experiences with how they're portrayed on screen. For PK, watching Dorit discuss their marital challenges on television was profoundly disheartening. "It's an unusual concept," he said, referring to seeing the woman he loves, someone he described as his rock, share negative insights about him on a public platform. While he acknowledged that Dorit might have been speaking from a place of emotional pain, he admitted the experience was sad and difficult to watch. Dorit's remarks may have been influenced by the emotional toll of their separation. PK himself admitted that she appeared emotionally distraught during the early stages of filming season 14, likely reflecting the rawness of their parting. Rewriting the narrative. PK's rebuttal of Dorit's claims highlights the subjective nature of memory and perspective, especially in relationships. Each person brings their lens to shared experiences, shaped by their emotions, values, and priorities. For Dorit, portraying herself as a steadfast partner may have been an attempt to find meaning in their marriage and separation. Her framing could also resonate with viewers, many of whom admire strength and loyalty in the face of adversity. PK, on the other hand, sought to reclaim his story. By clarifying the timeline of events and asserting his independence in overcoming past challenges, he aimed to separate his current self from the man burdened by addiction, financial trouble, and reckless behavior. The role of sobriety in PK's transformation. Sobriety often serves as a turning point in a person's life, and for PK, it seems to have provided not only personal clarity, but also a fresh lens through which to evaluate his marriage. His reflections on Dorit's claims and their relationship suggest a man seeking honesty, both with himself and with others. PK's sobriety journey also intersects with his evolving sense of accountability. While he openly acknowledged his past mistakes, he resisted being defined by them. This resistance extended to Dorit's narrative, which he felt oversimplified their relationship and his growth. A complex separation. The Kemsley separation, like their marriage, is complex and layered. PK's decision to leave the relationship during his sobriety journey could be interpreted in several ways. For some, it might seem abrupt or even selfish, given Dorit's perceived sacrifices. For others, it could signify a necessary step in his journey towards self-fulfillment and stability. P's explanation for his decision underscores the challenges of navigating a relationship amid personal transformation. Sobriety often necessitates significant life changes, and in PK's case, it appears to have illuminated aspects of his marriage that no longer aligned with his goals or values. The path ahead. As PK and Dorit move forward, their story offers valuable insights into the complexities of love, addiction, and separation. Their experiences remind us that relationships are rarely straightforward, particularly when lived under the glare of public scrutiny. For fans of RHOBH, the unfolding drama between PK and Dorit adds another layer of depth to the show. Beyond the glitz and glamour, their narrative explores universal themes of resilience, redemption, and the search for authenticity. Ultimately, the question remains, can PK and Dorit find common ground, not just for the sake of their shared history, but also for their children? As their story continues to play out, both on and off screen, the answer may lie in their willingness to embrace vulnerability, accountability, and compassion. Would you like to expand on any particular aspect of this story, such as PK's sobriety journey, the dynamics of public versus private life, or the broader implications for reality television storytelling? Come back to Briefing on Bravo and see more news.